that they were bringing in, folks don't use. Folks don't play. So they were like, no, we'd rather have an additional basketball court and something that the community.
Oh, so I hope it's I guess the proof will be in the they said not easy. I like doing this running. I know earlier this week.
All right, so I don't know if there's other things we want to
No.
while we're over here.
It's in the middle. Yeah, cars can't come through, but you don't.
Oh, the New York, yeah. That's, we have
My home is here in this. That's a house. Dude, nah, you don't want that. I didn't work to live. You buy one of these things, you be the first couple you get the HIV.
what's all this over there?
What's all that over there? That's in the can. So, are we going to be able to get someone to have these guys removed?
It's play along, yeah. It's supposed to be play along.
So see, this is one of the biggest issue, right? So now, as you can see, they're in the middle of the path.
And these kids are on the lap right now. They have to go through that.
And then when we ask them to move because they're doing other things besides sitting there, it's where the safety concern comes in. So when parents see that, they say, you know what, we're not coming back. That's an issue for them. So
You're talking about the
can.
Our kids have to go run through the lap right there. You got it right there.
Yeah, this is crazy. So it's like, again, I can put a 311 in. It takes 2 hours. I can send in a 911 call as a first available because it's not priority one. To who? To me, it is a priority. The last time I approached someone over there, he got up with a it looked like about 2.5 foot machete. So it's like, I'm not going to put myself in danger. But at the same time, these children shouldn't have to even go through that every single process. And, you know, they'll speak for themselves in a second when they finish their lap. And they have a lot to say. These guys right here got a lot to say because they're bare. Like Marla keeps saying, some of these kids came out here at 5 and they're going into high school now. And they've witnessed this for the last 10 years of their little lives. And these are the same kids that we talk about, you know, are at risk. Well, we're all at risk. It's not just the kids. We need to make a bigger stance. Like, needle kiosks wasn't the answer. And Marty made that on his own decision. Needle kiosks is inviting people to use the park because it's a safe haven now. You can just put the needles in the kiosk, but you can shoot up in front of the kids. Don't worry about them. We'll get them trauma treatment later. That's not how that works. This is crazy, man.
And nobody putting a needle in the kiosk.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen anybody put one in there.
They're too high.
Huh?
They're too high.
But they're not going to do it anyway.
No, it doesn't matter. They're stuck on the ground.
I came down here and seen needles down here and called. I'm a former retired fireman, right? I came down here and seen a needle, called EMS, made the mistake of identifying myself as a former fireman. They told me, "Can you pick it up?" I caught him, but I'm not going to do that. So I told them where it was. You know? And they did come down. But they called me back. I just live right over the corner. When I came, they called me back and said, we can't find that. I gave you the description where it was. Outside the playground along the fence. That's not hard to figure out, right? And I came down and showed it to them. They picked it up. Didn't have to do that.
Yesterday I was coming from practice. The school's right there. I walked through there. Right around near the school, just outside the school, there's a needle. And back this morning, the needle's still there. So again, once it gets cold, the school starting to sue.
Hopefully I usually ain't thinking about no key. I'll put no key in. I guarantee you can put a one beside of a building and they ain't gonna put it in. It's just gonna drop it wherever they put it. Because they ain't in the right mind.
Maybe a terrible idea, but at organizations, they actually gave us a little stake with the flag to make, so if you call 311, or even if you're not organizer, they know where to find you. Because when you come in and you see a big field, I mean, you get it because something, anything informal, a little stake with the colorful, and then say, go look for the yellow flag, not green, because anything that would stand out from the ground. Right, and you shouldn't have to carry those around. Find it's a recurring problem. That I didn't improve the odds.
And our
I'm not. Yes. They said you can only take it out because it's sold apart. I'm not going to touch that.
So you could literally have
so I think we want to try to get a sense from the community about how quickly we can do this project. I think what we're hearing is that we've talked a lot, we're tired of talking, we want to get this project done.
And that's what's going to happen.
Now, I think if anybody feels differently than that, please let me know.
I'm cynical, sorry.
This crowd, you won't hear that.
I didn't expect to, but I do want to give the opportunity for people. If you don't want to say it in a broad group, that's fine. We can have a side conversation. Happy to have a side conversation if you feel like there are specific issues that we need to dive into. We do want to make sure that we're creating space to get not just a fast plan done, but the right plan done. That we're listening to the community for what the community needs in terms of the physical infrastructure. If we're talking about, lighting improvements, if we're talking about potentially hosting events here, which I think was a great idea that came out of the Tuesday meeting. I think that's definitely something that we're going to be starting conversations with our engagement team, with our own external affairs to try to expand that thinking. What are the types of programs that can be supported here? And what's the infrastructure that they require in order to make those happen and to make those easy to put on for them? So those are some great things. So I think we want to start thinking about what are the other aspirational things that we'd like to see here that we need to incorporate into the physical infrastructure that we're going to be planning and building. I do want to just make it clear that process is still going to take about a year. We need the designers to have enough time to take all these ideas and put them into, the wire size that's needed to run the conduit from this location to that location. The engineering that's required to design the footings that can hold up the lighting, what's the soil profile, what's the playground equipment, all of those technical details need time to be developed. Lauren, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. The one thing that I would, and I want to make sure that Maria and I get to talk before we go, because in addition to talking to the community, one of the things I really want to make sure that we do is as we're picking those things, like the playground equipment and some of those other things, I really want the team to be involved, because we've done a lot of things in the schools when we've been doing projects that are adjacent to them. And so I just want to make sure we talk about the right person at the school. It might be right on the show. But I do want to make sure of that. And also, Nicholas might not be back over here yet, but I also want to talk to him about getting some of the kids in the football program. I want to make sure that they're a big part of this too. So as we do that, like Kathy said, even if we're doing this, to get changes done quickly, I want to make sure that we're consistently touch base with all of those groups, especially getting the kids involved. I was just saying I'd love to get the kids from the football program involved.
They're ready to give their little statement.
That's perfect. That's great. Well, and I want to keep them involved throughout the process too.
And that's, a lot of the things that we keep for myself. I'm speaking for myself. You won't find 1 minute meeting that the kids are not something I speak on. Because I was a kid in this neighborhood, and the trauma that we suffered was done deliberately by adults. And as an adult, I'm not trying to have the same thing happen to kids that deserve much more. Some of these kids here, when I meet them, it's because they got a football in their hand and they just walking down the street going in their head by themselves. It's like, you want to play? Football where? And that light in their eyes is what we as a community is trying to keep. I'm tired of reading about 12-year-olds losing their lives to dumpster. When we got all the resources here in Boston, we spent 32, a little over 32 million per student. I mean, Mason has no playground to use on its own facility, and the only one they have is trash. Sandra got videos of people, literally, I got a video of in the middle of the field. So many things that we witness. Again, no matter how long we put a 311 report, the response time is a lag. This shouldn't be here, period. We shouldn't have to call, like Dave said a minute ago. We shouldn't have to call every day for the same issue that's already known. This is again, I got parents who are sitting here, parents who joined the program, and they can speak for themselves. They fear themselves. We just had baby Bill walk by with his mom, and she's still walking. She's had an interview, and she said it. She comes here because this is the closest park to her community. Now, where is she going? And then again, here we go in Boston. She goes to Garvey Park. They X her out because she don't look like she belongs at Garvey Park. And I'm not picking at Garvey Park because I played street hockey at Garvey Park. I got a lot of friends in Garvey Park. But the reality is, when the Dorchester Eagle got pushed out of Garvey Park, the community spoke up and said, we don't want him here because of what's been going on. We don't want that here because of what's going on. And it's to a point. I've been dealing with this for over 10 years. And I keep sharing videos, and it's like it doesn't exist. This is beyond. You stand here with us, it doesn't matter who you guys are. I don't care what title you have with the city. You walk over there and ask them to leave, and they'll look at you like you're stupid.
They look at you like you got the rights to stay. Have that argument. Another thing we were talking about schools. Right there.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, they might want to use the field as an athletic field.
Right. That's why bringing it closer to them is the benefit for the community.
Right.
It's not just for the. Yeah, and if they're going to use the city, if they're looking to use the city park as part of their resources, they need to put some money on the table too, because we don't want it. West Roxbury didn't want Roxbury Prep, and they put them here because there's no contest. Who's contesting it? Suffolk?
Yeah, I want to be. Yeah, so I think we just need to be aware, and I think we're going to reach out to the leadership of that team at the school to. We just need to be aware that there's going to be a group of there's going to be another couple hundred kids here every day during the school year, and I think we just are going to need to balance that with all the other mixes. I think probably a net positive to have another school here.
Definitely is.
And it is a public school, and it's something that is always a challenge, weighing the charter school.
Like when you play football, that's English high school's field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a public park. Yeah. Same type of thing.
So that is just something that is changing in the neighborhood. I think it's a net positive for the park.
We just don't want to be Carter's Field. We don't want to wind up like Northeast. We're not trying to get X'd out because they put $5 more than we did on the table.
So
What time does the lights go off?
they go off. I think they're 10:30 is their typical time that they go off, and they are tied to parks.
We're done at 9, so usually right after they'll shut it off. Half an hour after we finish practice. Finish practice at 8. We usually wrap up by 8:30 and get out of here by 9. The lights will turn off. But again, it's 3 lights. The night the kid got pricked was down there. It was pitch black because the only 3 lights. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. It wasn't a 4. And of course, we're here. So you drag the whole team all the way there just to the lights about half an hour every night. And as we get closer to the winter months and we get darker and darker, 5:30, we're stuck in the corner. Yeah. I don't know if you're curious.
Yeah. You want to walk over to the? Let's walk over to the program.
Hayden's going to get a second to speak. I'm going to introduce the 3 guys that are going to speak. This is Bone Crusher. We gave him the nickname because he looked like the famous rapper, but his real name is Caden. Kid has a heart of gold. He's a leader on the team. Since the first day I met him at 5, he would always knock someone over and pick them up. That right there automatically touched me. We got Junior. He's gonna speak because this kid, when you look in his eyes, you see a lot of darkness. If you understand what eyes can tell you. When I met him, that darkness was intriguing because I know what that darkness looks like. He comes out here with his family, his sister, his brother, his dad, his mom, and he puts in the work. But I got to tell him by next Friday if he can play or he can't play for the Bengals. If he can't, that means we're going to have to find another program to have him be a part of. Junior rides his bike here. I've been fighting with him for the last 3 months to be here. And this is the reason why I told him he needs to be here. We got baby brother that called him from everything. And where he winds up, he winds up. So his future's only as good as his future. So this is why it's important for this park to get a new life. You can't keep saying the park needs this and the park needs that when the city doesn't bring any events here. The last time we had an event here was the Puerto Rican Festival in the 80s. That's how long ago it's been. We had one music concert down in that area, and they made an excuse and said because it's dipped, it's hard for us to put a stage on a level surface. Well, there's other parts of the park you can use too. We haven't had a coffee hour by any means. So, Bone Crusher, you're going to go first. Come on, speak to everybody. Tell us your name, your age, what you do, what you play.
My name is Caden. I've been at this park since I was like 6 or 5. I can't even see that. But since I've been here, I noticed that like it wasn't like a good park that we had to play in. My first day here, I was picking up needles with Coach. Like, this is my first day. Why should I have to be picking up needles or doing these certain things? It just didn't feel right. And slowly, as I got older, I noticed the park was progressing, but it's still not perfect. We shouldn't have to play and worry about stepping on needles. Last year, a kid was over there. I'm running, taking a lap, and I see him. He has a needle inside his leg, and it's like he shouldn't have to go through that. He was sick for like mad weeks. Couldn't play football.
Is he back? Did he come back? Tell them that.
No, he didn't come back.
I'll make you feel.
It just made me feel like messed up. Like, shouldn't have to go through that.
So if this was a perfect park, what would you want to see?
If it was a perfect park?
Yeah, if it was a park for you. If you was building this park and you had the magic wand and you could turn this park into the safe haven that you're looking for, what would you want to see that's not here already?
Addicts, while we're taking our lap, people sleeping near the park, people naked on the corners of the park. Like, it's just, it's really crazy, and we shouldn't have to go.
Do you want to leave?
Yes.
Why can't you?
But this is my home.
Come on, Jay. Look at them. Let them see that.
My name is Juan. People call me JR. I've been here since last year, and I noticed there was lots of problems that need to get fixed, and just nobody has stepped up to do anything. And I feel like that's wrong because there's a whole bunch of little kids seeing all the older kids trying to help and stuff, and nothing's getting done. And it's like, it would be better if we have a safe park for little kids because they shouldn't have to run and worry about anything, having to run into AJ, or having to run into needles or anything like that. And I feel like
How old are you?
13.
Tell them that.
I'm 13.
Who do you want to be in life?
NBA player.
What? All right. We're going to go with Jaden.
Clap it up, clap it up.
Clap it up.
Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, what you do.
My name is Jaden. I'm a junior coach here now. I used to play last year. I've been with Jingo for like, I don't even know how long. I just like being here for so long. Like I've seen changes throughout like the field and stuff. Like it's gotten better. Been less problems, but
Okay, it's cool. It helps you maintain focus.
I've seen a lot of changes throughout the park. You know, with like a bunch of trash, needles, all that. I've seen a lot of just like having cops called a lot. Police is here all the time. The only person that is really trying to do something is Mingo. He's always walking around making sure we're in the safe space. No one's stepping on me.
I'm the only one you notice, but there's others. Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, you're the only one I notice.
There's others.
Yeah, I just want this to be a safe environment. I just want people to I don't know, the funds to for new equipment and stuff. We don't even have great equipment for all these kids. All these kids can't even find great equipment. We don't have the funds for all that stuff.
We play football though, right?
We play football and have fun. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to maintain. But it's hard to do that when you're in a unsafe environment.
What high school you go to?
I go to Madison Park.
Big. We're trying to fill Madison with as much young folks as we can, because we know the trade is a career, not a job, and that's what we do here as a program. We don't win many games, right? No. But when winning counts, win. What does winning count? Sometimes instant gratification doesn't get you where you want to go. So this is why this park has to get more funding, because there's a whole generation coming behind, right? And as you can see, the youngest one out here, he just runs around. Mom needs a break. His job is to aggravate the rest of us. And that's the family atmosphere that we create. And it's not just us. There's a lot of programs that come to this park and does the same thing. But it's very unsafe when you can't let your kid run around barefoot. You can't sit down on the grass because you don't know what's going on. I can't have the kids roll to do a tackle or get up off the ground off a drill without us scanning the field. And if it wasn't for the Smiths every Saturday morning showing up at 9 o'clock and scanning the field, and then by the time they go around the whole park, they pick up a half a dozen needles, countless adult products, right? Because they're down here using the space for that too. And we turn around and we say, we hope we have a good Saturday or a good Monday or Tuesday, whatever day we're here. For me, it's like 7 days. I keep losing kids. Not just to the sports, but to the streets. A lot of them, we try to get them before they interact and the negativity that surrounds them. And when they come here, the first thing they see is somebody shooting up in their neck. Coach, what is he doing? Oh, he's diabetic. My grandmother's diabetic. If I tell him, Tiki's my godson, the first time he picked up a needle, I flipped out. Not on him, on myself, because I missed it. Because he was like, look! I said, Tiki, drop it. He dropped it. His mother tells him when he goes to the doctors, that's all parents, needles are good for you. The doctor's gonna give you a shot, you're gonna feel better. His mind is the same thing. Needle, doctor, goes together. He turns around, he pricks one of his friends by accident. Those are the things that we encounter. And that's what we're asking the city to understand. We don't want a new park. We just want a safe park. If you got $7 million to fix
clean park,
add some more to it so we can update it to something that we can use. This is where they stuck us. The base program kicked us out of there because they wanted windows. Well, I mean, I dig it. They got the funding, they get what they want. We get stuck in a container with little to no funding, because again, enrollment brings the funding. So when I'm down to 20 kids and it's a $7,000 season, who's putting the money? Coaches like Leonard, coaches like Warren, Joe, Dave, Marla. We set up GoFundMes to supply kids with a necessity. You notice we got a girl in the group.
Yeah.
Right, it's a co-ed. And she's tougher than half the boys.
That's right.
Only half. The other half, she's not listening yet. We're working on it, right? And like I said to her dad, she's an athlete naturally. Football is just a sport she's playing right now. Imagine if we're not here for her to be a part of it. She'll be downtown smacking open. I'm just saying, this is what we're watching. Our teenagers right now, South Bay Mall, they're beating up on the cops. And then we turn around, we got a program. This program was started in 99. I took over in 2009, 2010. There was 350 kids across this field. As Mass Ave got worse, numbers depleted. As I screamed, less and less people wanted to take note. To the point now, we're literally a week away of putting in our final paperwork, and we don't even have enough kids to man our teams. And that's the years and years of neglect on the bigger issue. So I thank you for listening to them, and you guys just get back to work. Go ahead, Jay. Do your thing.
And when I learned that the program was in danger of flooding and taking down, I couldn't just get on the sidelines and do nothing. I wanted to act on.
Let's go back to practice. Monty,
I
you
feel
here?
like these kids are going to be losing a huge opportunity as who I am today and shaping who I am.
Say something.
And these kids could be right now in the summer. They could be on,
Get a ball, don't
on the
teach
couch playing
Get a
video
ball,
games
don't teach
or doing something else that's not productive at all. But they're here putting the work on Saturday. So I commend them for being here. I don't want them to lose this opportunity. And they should be able, because of this situation massacre, they shouldn't have to. They should have more options, not less.
Bone crusher!
Boom!
Come here for a second.
Keep moving so that coach can continue.
Yeah, and then we can also.